I recently did a 48-hour readathon, and in that readathon, I was able to read 5 books. I read the entire Off-Campus series, and I am in another 48-hour readathon, and so I decided to try and see if I could finish another series that has been on my TBR for quite some time, and that would be the Chestnut Spring series. I really want to finish this. Oh, they're falling. I really want to finish this series. Like, I haven't started it, so I really want to get to it and finish it all in 48 hours. There are 5 books. We start with Flawless, and then we go on to Powerless, and then Heartless, Reckless, and Hopeless. I have heard nothing but good things about the Chestnut Springs series, so I'm very excited to get to it. I'm gonna be honest, you're not gonna see any reading clips until tomorrow, where like you're gonna see this clip and then you're gonna see me update you in the next clip, and that's because I'm starting this at 10 p.m. and my husband is probably going to go to sleep, so I am going to read my Kindle in bed. This is another thing. So it's 48 hours. I'm not giving up sleep because I'm pregnant, and I'm not giving up like meals and stuff like that, but I will be reading on my Kindle in bed for a good portion of this, especially like around nighttime and stuff like that when my husband's home. So I'll probably be reading on my Kindle a lot, but I'm gonna try and get through as many of these as possible. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to finish all 5 in 48 hours, but I'm hoping that I will. Right now, see, I'm filming this now before he gets home. It's 9, oh, that didn't work. It's 9:12 right now, or now it's 9:13. I think I'm gonna start the timer. He's almost home, but we're gonna have dinner. So I think I'm gonna start the timer at 10. So it'll go from 10 o'clock tonight, which is Tuesday, all the way to 10 o'clock Thursday night, which is when he usually gets home from work anyways. So that is how the timer is gonna go. That's how the 48 hours are gonna go. And we're gonna see how much we can get done reading. Again, some of this will be read on my Kindle, which is totally fine. And then I'm hoping to get some in physically, like reading the physical book, because I do enjoy reading the physical books a little bit more. So anyways, we're trying to knock out 5, so that's what we're doing. And the next time I see you, we're gonna be updating, so I guess I will see you in the next clip, which is happening right now. We are basically at the 12-hour mark. It is 9:59, it's about to be 10. So we're 12 hours in, and I'm on chapter 15 of Flawless. So 180, page 180, somewhere around there. There's no like page style, of course, or page number, of course. But I'm about almost halfway done. Almost halfway done. Very close. I think there's like 400 pages in this. So I'm basically halfway done. But so far I'm really loving the character Rhett and Summer. I really like them because they are very similar in like personalities, but also like very different in how those personalities are like expressed. They have very similar personalities, but it's very interesting how they express their personality in different ways, is what I'm trying to say. For instance, Rhett has this like, they're both very stubborn, they're both very like, I don't care, nothing really gets to me, anything like that. But the way Rhett expresses it is through indifference almost, and just like not a care for even himself, whereas Summer expresses it in being the best that she can no matter what. And it's very fun to just watch how they're the same person, just in different fonts. But I really do like this so far. I love all the characters. I am going to go back to reading and try to knock out some more pages. And yeah, I'm gonna go do that. I just took a shower. I just got out of the shower. I went for my run this morning. I had breakfast. Animals have been fed, thanks to my husband. And so now I'm just going to go to reading, and I'll probably get pretty comfy on the couch or my egg chair. I don't know, whichever one suits me better. I might heat up some leftover pizza from last night. But yeah, I'm just gonna be reading today, so that should be so fun. It is now 8:35, which means we've almost gotten to the 24-hour mark. We're like an hour and a half away. But I finished Flawless and I finished Heartless. So there's no footage of me reading because I kind of just got sucked into the story. But Flawless was so good. I really love Summer and Rhett. I love their story. I love how they kind of like worked everything out. But I love Cade and Willa. Like, they are so cute together. I love the way that Cade really like takes care of Willa in the best ways possible, but I also love how Willa takes care of Cade. And Luke is just such a cute little boy. Normally I'm not like a huge fan of kids and stories, but Luke was amazing. He wasn't like annoying, he didn't interrupt anything or anything like that. Like, that was really nice. They didn't use him as a way to prolong the inevitable, and I really liked that. So 2 down. Now we have just 3 more to go. Last night I finished Powerless and it was amazing. This one is with Jasper and Sloane and it was super cute. I love the friends to lovers trope in general. So I just really loved their relationship and how broken both of them were, but in different ways, and how like it was very necessary for them to put themselves back together before they could have a real relationship. And so anyways, this was really, really cute. And so I only have 2 books left, guys. And it is currently 8:39. So it's 8:39, which means I have a little more than 12 hours. I think I have like 13 hours, 20 minutes. So I'm hoping that we can finish the last 2 books. I am on page 50 in this one. This one is Winter and Theo. And so far, I really like their banter. They're so cute together. Winter is Summer's sister. So Summer was in book 1 in Flawless. And so they're sisters and they're like kind of rebuilding their relationship. And then Willow's obviously there too. Like, I do like that all of them are still very active in each other's books. I love that, and I think it's so adorable that they're all like together all the time. So I don't know, I really like that about, like, even though this is technically like interconnected, you don't need to read them in order. I feel like you should, because you're gonna get that family bonding in every single book. You're gonna get more family bonding in every single book. So by the time you get to the book that is in order, the family unit is just so tight, and you can see it, you can read it, you can feel it, and it just makes a lot more sense. So yeah, anyways, I am on page 50. I'm gonna keep reading. I also need to make myself breakfast, and yeah, I think that's it. So I'm gonna go make myself something to eat, and then I'm gonna try and finish this. I'll definitely finish this today. I have no idea if I'm gonna be able to finish this one. I'm hoping I will. If I'm super close to the end, I might just keep going until I do finish it. Like, if I'm super close to the end, I'll just finish it. But this is a big girl. she's a big girl, so yeah. I finished Reckless. It is 1:13 right now, and I finished Reckless, which means, guys, I just have 1 more book left. Ooh, you okay, honey? I just have 1 book left, and that's Hopeless, and it's Beau's story, so I'm very excited to finish the series. And I think this will be fun. I have, since it's 1:10, that means I have about 9 hours, a little less than 9 hours left of this little fun challenge. I'm really sorry that there have been 0 clips of me actually reading. I will be honest, I just don't want to right now. I don't want to film myself reading, just because, like, 1, it's super hot. It's like 90, hold on, I'll tell you. It's 91 degrees right now. Yesterday it was 94 degrees. The day before that it was like 99 degrees. So it's been really hot here, and I am partially dying from that. So really all you're seeing is me sitting in front of a fan, trying really hard not to sweat, and drinking tons and tons of water. So that's why there's no footage. And that's also why I've been wearing a sundress for the past couple days. It's just that warm. But I will, at the end of this, wrap everything up and tell you all about the books. I might not do it tonight. I might do it in the morning because by 10 o'clock, I will probably be wanting to go to sleep. So that might be a thing. But I will tell you all about the books and all about the challenge and everything good times about that. So yeah. Guys, I did it. It's 9:55. I'm counting it. I'm counting it as 10 p.m. because I finished like a little bit ago. I finished like a couple minutes ago. My hair is really poofy right now. It's so hot. It's so hot. Anyways, I finished Hopeless. Yay! Which means, guys, I finished all 5 books. I can't believe this. I finished all 5 books in 48 hours. Yay! I'm very happy and excited because I really wanted to read this series. I really wanted to read it. I really wanted to get it off my shelf, off my like to read shelf. Not for like any other reason other than I've only heard really good things about Chestnut Springs. So I'm just very, very excited to finally have read it and be able to talk about it. So let's do that because I didn't really go into a lot of detail when I was reading the books because I was trying to fit all the books in. And so I was like, I don't want to talk about these and my thoughts and feelings about them until afterwards so that I'm not wasting time and I can read more. So that was my thought process. Anyways, let's go through it. So all of these books are in Chestnut Springs, Canada, Alberta, Canada. And it is about a ranch family, the Eatons. And there is Bo Eaton, Cade Eaton, Rhett Eaton, Jasper, who's actually not an Eaton, he's a Gervais, but he's basically adopted by them. And then Theo Silva is Rhett's protege. So we'll explain all of that. So the first book is Flawless, and this one deals with Rhett and Summer. Summer is Rhett's PR manager's daughter. And so Summer and Rhett are paired up. She has to basically babysit him because he's got kind of a bad PR moment and he's losing sponsors. And so his dad's like, we need someone to make him look wholesome. You're it. And so she tags along with him for, I think 2 months is the book. And just to make sure that he is seen as wholesome, that he's not seen as anything other than a good guy so that he doesn't lose more sponsors so that he can take home his 3rd buckle because he's a bull rider. Anyways, they obviously end up falling in love with each other. It's actually really cute. I really do like this book because I really like Rhett and Summer's personalities and how they jumble together. I think what I like most is that Summer is a very understanding person and she's not going to tell you to quit what you clearly want to do. She's never going to be the one that says like, hey, maybe you should think about doing something else. She really believes that it's up to that person's choice. It doesn't matter how she feels about it. It matters how they feel about it. And I think Rhett really needed that. So I think they're a really good pair together. And then I think for Summer, she really needed somebody who was a little bit more spontaneous, wasn't by the book. I think she just really needed somebody who was going to just let her hair down. She's a very prim, proper girl. She really likes things by the book. She really likes everything to make sense in her head. She likes schedules, and it's not Rhett. And so I really do like just how they balanced each other. And they balanced each other in a very positive way because I feel like you can be somebody's yin yang, but in a toxic manner. But this one I do feel like was very understanding, very much let me help you, you help me, etc., etc. So I really liked this one. I gave this book 4 stars. I thought this was great. So really, really liked it. Okay, so this one is the next one. This is Heartless. This is Cade Eaton and Willa, who is Summer's best friend. And she is Cade's nanny. She is watching Cade's son, who I believe is 5. His name is Luke. And he's this cute little kid. And so Willa's this really fun nanny, and they start this relationship and they obviously fall in love. I didn't love this book. I still liked this book, but I wasn't in love with this book. You know what I mean? I felt like there were a lot of things that were happening in this book that were cute and adorable, and I liked it. But at the same time, I felt like Cade just needed to lighten up, and I felt like Willa needed to kind of grow up. So it was very, I don't know, it was a lot. It was a lot going on, and I don't know if they balanced each other out so well as Rhett and Summer did. I do think that they were a cute couple at the end of it. There is a huge age gap. Cade is 38 and Willa is 25. So there is a 13-year age gap. There's an age gap in Flawless as well. I think there's an age gap in all of the books, but in Flawless, she's 25, he's 32. I don't know. I mean, whatever. I feel like Elsie Silver could have made these women a lot older. I feel like it would have been fine. The story would have been just as fine if they were 28, 29. I don't think much would have changed. I feel like 25, I realize 28 and 25 it's only a 3-year difference, but it's a much bigger difference with somebody being 28 dating a 38-year-old and somebody turning 25 and dating a 38-year-old. I just feel like, you know what I mean? I don't know. It's weird to me. So anyways, I do like Willa's character. I think that Willa is a very strong character. There were a couple things in here that kind of made me confused a bit, I would say. There's an instance that happens, and I don't want to spoil it. So I guess I'm not going to tell you about it, but there's just a couple of instances that happen with Willa personally that I'm like, I feel like this doesn't make a lot of sense to me, but okay. I love Luke as a character. I think he's just such a fun, and I don't normally like kids in books because I find them to be kind of irritating. I feel like they're there just for the plot, and I did not get that from Luke at all. I felt like he was very fun, and I felt like he just really took the relationship to another level because it felt very appropriate for when he was in scenes and when he was out of scenes and stuff like that. I felt that was really nice. So, and I really liked that they used, like, not that they used Luke, but that they showed Willa's maternal side through her nannying Luke. And I thought that was really nice. I thought that was really great. So anyways, I gave this 3 stars. Did I say that? 3.5. 3.5 stars. 3.5 stars. The next book, book 3, is Powerless. This one is Jasper and Sloane. I'm gonna be honest, this one kind of fell flat for me. I don't know. I thought that this one was gonna be my favorite because I think this is a lot of people's favorites. I think a lot of people like Jasper's book, but maybe I built it up too high in my head. I ended up giving this one 3.5 stars, like 3.75, 3.5, 3.75 stars, and a lot of that was because this book pretty much hinged upon miscommunication. And that's one of my least favorite tropes is miscommunication, especially since Jasper's 35. Like, at 35, you should know how to communicate. You know what I mean? Like, you should know how to communicate at this point. He's 35, she's 30, 29, 30, and yeah. I only know Jasper's 35 because he and Beau are the same age, and in Beau's book, Beau is 35. So, yeah. Anyways, this one kind of fell flat. I just learned how to talk at this point, just learned how to talk. I felt like Sloane carried this book because she was the only one that was communicating, and she was very clear. These are her emotions, these are her feelings, and Jasper just kept shit, and I was like, oh my gosh, like, please. I understand that Jasper's been through a lot. I get that, but you don't get to not recover, like, and then get mad because everybody's like, well, you didn't tell me, like, I had no idea. You know what I mean? Like, you just don't. If you don't say anything, you won't get anything. It was fine for the most part. This is also childhood friends to lovers. Yeah. Anyways, that's all I really have to say about that one. Book 4 was Reckless. This is with Theo, Silva, and Winter, which Winter is Summer's sister. I know, Winter and Summer, I get it. Winter is 28 and Theo is 26. And for some reason that kind of bugged me because in all the other books, the men are significantly older than the women. And then in this one, she went with a 2-year age gap. And I was like, I mean, either stay consistent or just don't make it so creepy. Like, I don't know. It just felt, I don't know. But I do really, really, really love Winter's character. I thought she was very strong, independent. This is an accidental pregnancy trope. However, I really appreciate that we skip the pregnancy and just go straight to we've had a baby. There is like a couple chapters in the beginning where she's like, oh crap, I'm pregnant. And then she finds out she's pregnant. She goes to tell Theo. She can't get a hold of him. She sends him a text. He goes, thanks for the info. And then 18 months later, and she's had the baby. The baby is now 9 months old. Like, it's a whole to-do. So I do appreciate that. I thought that that was really good because do I like the pregnancy trope? I don't know. I've only read one book with the pregnancy trope that I actually enjoyed, them being pregnant. I feel like a lot of times it's just kind of annoying and frustrating, and there's too many hormones when you're pregnant. I am a firm believer that when you're pregnant, you shouldn't be making any decisions while pregnant, like any major decisions. You shouldn't be buying a house. You shouldn't be deciding to get divorced or get married or anything like that. Like, while you're pregnant, there's just so many hormones. I cannot tell you the amount of times that fights have broken out, that I am crying and, you know, really distraught, and then I'm fine. And it's just hormones. Like, just hormones are just raging. There are times when I'm super, super happy and everything is great and wonderful, and then, you know, the world is ending. There's just so many hormones in your body when you're pregnant. I really don't think that you should be making decisions. So I'm glad we skipped the pregnancy and went straight to baby is here. Especially since, like, right now, I'm 20 weeks right now, and let me tell you, I'm in love with everything right now. Like, today, I'm just all filled with love, and I want to be everyone's friend. And so, yeah, I just think that, like, it was a good call. It was a good call starting this when baby's already here. I do like their relationship. I do like how they grow as characters. I love Winter. I think she's so fantastic and wonderful. I think that just watching her open up and start to trust people and let people in and ask for help even, like, it was just so magnificent to watch that and see her grow as a character and to see her really, like, go into her role as a mom. I just thought that was really special, and I really, really liked this book. I ended up giving this one 4 stars. Last but not least, we have Hopeless. This is Beau's book. This is another, okay. He's 35, she's 22. So we have another 13-year age gap. And I am just very confused because not only do we have another 13-year age gap, we also have never been intimately with a man and somebody who's very experienced and has been around the block. So I don't really like those tropes. I just can't. I don't like when the woman is just like super inexperienced and he's been with everybody, but it's okay. Like, it's not gross. I just don't understand those tropes, especially he's 35. Like, why are you with a 22-year-old? Anyways, I mean, he even says in the book, you would not have liked me when I was 22. I was a completely different person, because she says, like, we're gonna like change as people when we grow older. Like, what happens when you don't want me anymore? And he's like, yeah, of course we're gonna change, but I'm still gonna want you. And like, you tell her you're not the same person at 22 as you are at 35. So, like, I feel like he missed the point. Okay, whatever. Anyways, this is a fake engagement. He is fake engaged to her so that she can get a job, and she's fake engaged to him so that his family will get off his back. He just got home from deployment. He was MIA for a little bit. It turned out that he had some really bad 3rd-degree burns on his feet, and his family is really concerned with everything that's going on. He's kind of going through a life crisis where he doesn't know who he is anymore because he can't go back into the military, and he was special ops and all this stuff. And then Bailey, the girl, she is a Jansen, who are very looked down upon. Nobody likes her dad. Her dad's in and out of jail. Nobody likes her brothers. They're in and out of cop cars and dealing not good things and drinking a lot and all this stuff. So they're kind of like hoodlums. Nobody likes them. Nobody likes her adjacent because she's part of that family, so they all assume she's gonna be just like them. She's got no mom. We don't know where her mom is. She just ran off. And so she can only work at this bar, and she's really frustrated by it because she's trying to save up, get out of this town, but she can't because nobody will give her a chance. And so she and Bo kind of get into this argument, and she's like, listen, like, your last name's Eaton, so it doesn't matter. Like, you can do whatever, you can mess up whatever, and nobody's going to care because you're an Eaton. However, I'm a Jansen, so nobody's even going to give me a chance to mess up because they already assume that I have. And he's like, that's not true. And she's like, yeah, if I had a different last name, trust me, I would be getting a job. And he's like, that's not true. And she's like, yes, it is. And he's like, great, let's put a bet on it. And so they put a bet and they get fake engaged. I don't know, that's the dumbest, like, I just feel like that's so silly. I realize this is fiction, but you could have come up with something else. Like, you could have come up with something much, much better. They do get fake engaged, and guess what happens? They actually fall in love. I know, it's a shocker. I don't know, this one was kind of, it just fell a little flat for me. I love fake dating. I don't feel like they needed to get fake engaged. I feel like if they just fake dated, it would have been fine. But they like jumped into the engagement part, and I was like, what are we doing here? Why are we doing this? I don't know. I just felt like the drama in this was dumb. I feel like Bailey was dealing with a lot of serious things, and Bo kept chopping it up to, well, you're young and it's not gonna matter. And I was like, can you please stop? Like, please, like, she's going through some very real things right now. Can you just validate her? I ended up giving this one 3.2 stars, 3.25 stars. This wasn't my favorite. It just, I don't know, it just wasn't my favorite. I didn't love it. That is all of them. All in all though, I do recommend the Chestnut Spring series. I think that it's a really fun cowboy series, and it's not serious. It's easy reads. You can definitely read these in like a couple hours. There is a lot of cursing. If you are somebody who like doesn't like a lot of cursing in their books, I don't think I would recommend this. There is a lot of spice in it, and it's a little filthy, especially like Willa's character is very open-mouthed. She says a lot of inappropriate things in front of children. Bailey also says a lot of inappropriate things. I can kind of understand because she's just confused and doesn't understand it and doesn't have anyone to tell her about these things. But still, girl, like, chill. I just felt like there were certain characters in these books that would say things that would make my cheeks turn bright red. I was like, why are we talking like this with children present in this conversation? Like, there's children in this scene. If you like a lot of spice, you will like this book. If you don't mind a lot of cursing, you will like these books. If you are somebody who's like, I really don't want spice, I really don't want a lot of cursing, I would not recommend the Chestnut Spring series. Otherwise, yes, I do think it's a fun cowboy series. That is my 48-hour readathon without losing sleep, which is very exciting. So I'm gonna end it here, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I really appreciate it all the time. Whenever you guys do, it makes me very happy, very excited. So go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, all of that stuff. And I will see you guys in my next video, whatever that is. Okay, thanks, bye.